Okay, it's time for me to do a symbols and a color correction here. Everybody needs to get their symbols right, and everybody needs to get their colors right, because they are hot and heavy on the symbolism right now. They're pushing it, they're banning some symbols, and they're promoting others. They're changing what the meaning of the symbol is for, and you need to know the truth, because the universe, this reality that we live in, works on symbolism. Your subconscious works on symbolism. The collective subconscious works on symbolism, not language. The dream state works in symbolism. You will never understand your dreams if you do not understand the symbols and the colors. Now, we've talked about this. You need to keep in mind what you've learned. In alchemy, the 4 symbols are red, yellow, black, and white. They cover the 4 peoples. Red, yellow, black, and white, they are precious in his sight. There are no brown people. The word Arab comes from the Hebrew Arab, and it means mixed. The red people, India was red people, not brown. They're red. Their hair is straight, like the North American Indians are redheads. They're red people. They have straight hair. When you mix straight hair with the red people with the black people, you get the brown people. When you mix the white people with the black people, you get the brown people. And the curly hair. That's where it comes from. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not demonizing. I'm telling you truth. Now, this, what they've done with this swirl here on the red, yellow, black, and white symbols, it is a pedo symbol. It is a reversed symbol of nature. It is counterclockwise, and it's swirling them all together. When you swirl them all together, you get the brown people. You get Arab. This is what they want. They have a bloodline of their own, and they want everybody else to be mixed. You need to hear what I just said. They have a bloodline of their own. They want everybody else mixed. In reverse. We're going to go through the hand signs too, because that's popping real hard in the media. I got up to like a dozen links to different videos and even news articles about hand signs and what's being banned. Like the OK sign. Let's start with let's start with just the hand sign. When you're like this one right here, this is now a new symbol for white power. You've got to be kidding me. This symbol is exactly the opposite of white power. Let's do it this way. The thumb, that's Mars. The index finger, that's Jupiter. They rule water and fire. The colors are white and yellow. And you put them together, when you bring them down in this symbol, that disempowers. These are, in this one, this is power. That's Saturn. His colors are black and red. The sun, its color is yellow. And Mercury, its colors are black and red. So all 3 of these are black and red, and this is yellow and white. This is fire and water. This is heaven on earth, Mercury, heaven on earth, and then just the sun. He's not divided, the ring finger. So this is literally a symbol for heaven on earth. It's to disempower Jupiter, Europe, and Mars, Asia, Middle East. The new colors. Let me back up for a second, because this is the one everybody's doing, the orange and gray. All the new symbols are these are the new color palette. Remember, they've told you orange is the new black. One, black is feminine. Orange comes from yellow and red, which are both masculine. So to say orange is the new feminine, that is another way of making masculinity feminized. Do you see the inversion? Your subconscious does not know. It's just taking in the symbols and you accept them. When your subconscious mind says, yes, symbol, the conscious mind is going to fall right in line with it. You're falling right in line with it. No, orange is yellow and red. That is masculine. Gray is the gray matter. So when you see this symbol, when you see these colors, that's telling you. And look, this hex has nothing to do with Saturn. Saturn's number is freaking 7. I can't stress that enough. The hex is Jupiter. Alright, so this right here is a control symbol to turn the brain, the gray matter, to all masculine thought, patriarchal thought. Yellow, red makes orange. And orange is the new black. So this is the girly boy in the mind. Hello? Watch some more TV. Buy some more products with these logos, colors, symbols. Buy the clothes. Jump on the bandwagon. Because they're perverting and inverting bold orange and white. They've got to be kidding. They're so desperate to throw that orange, which is patriarchal, with the black, the gray, or the white. They need to associate it in any way they can to keep that patriarchal mind feminine, feminine, feminine. We're coming to an age that is neither masculine nor feminine. It's neither male nor female. Aquarius and Capricorn are one. The third eye is not divided. All other chakras are divided. Saturn is not divided. His colors are red and black, and they've demonized him to no end. When you want to see a real demon, you're looking at his colors. You're looking at them. Saturn balances the feminine between the red, masculine, and the black, feminine. They are one. And they have no problem throwing the blue in there. Blue is Mercury in this age. He's little boy blue. They use blue in place of white. Blue water, white water. Blue is associated, in my opinion, number one, blue is not on the color wheel in alchemy. It's forbidden. It's not there. It's not, we don't get that color until we come into the golden age. We call it royal blue. You have to be on the fixed cross. That's the royal cross. It's the fixed cross. And so it's a power color. The fixed cross is red. When you mix the blue with it, you get the purple. To me, blue should be associated with Venus, the heart chakra, green and blue, because Venus is copper, and when copper tarnishes, it turns like a green and a turquoise color. That's why the Native Americans were so heavy into turquoise, because it's one of the heavenly signs. The Native Americans, they wore the headdress. That is the crown chakra in full bloom. That's Saturn. That's Aquarius. The Native American headdress is the symbol of Aquarius. Period. Just like the wings on the back, that would be, as an adult angel is a symbol of Libra. But a baby angel is a symbol of Mercury. They are perverting everything. And why is this important? Because they're ramping up for 2020. On the winter solstice of 2020, we get the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction on a solstice. And when Saturn and Jupiter meet, the door to the Black Lodge opens. The Black Lodge is the collective subconscious. And we manifest the next 20 years, and they know it. They do this every generation. I want to show you something. Let's go to all. It. Stephen King book. Let me do it this way, because I want to show you who Pennywise is. This has been popping up for me every day for over a week in somebody's video and in a thought process. And so it's time. Y'all need to know who Pennywise is. I don't think anybody gets it. Let's see if he'll give it to us. The character's an ancient cosmic evil which preys upon the children roughly every 27 years. That should be 17 to 20. That's how long a Saturn-Jupiter conjunction is, every 17 to 20 years, depending on retrogrades. Using a variety of powers that include the ability to shapeshift, manipulate, go unnoticed by adults. During the course of this story, it primarily appears in the form of Pennywise, the dancing clown. Penny, copper Venus, so he's heart-wise. He's heart-wise. What this thing is the collective subconscious. It's been around. I want the history of Pennywise. They're not going to give it to us. They removed it from the book. And they removed it. He's not an alien. It is the collective subconscious. It lay dormant for a long time until man came into existence. And then it's our reptilian subconscious. Before the conscious mind came into being, before the imagination came into being, there was the subconscious mind. And it's a collective. And every 20 years it expresses itself. His name is Bob Gray. Remember, gray matter, that's the brain. Bob is Robert. He's Robert. He's the thief. He steals the mind. It is the subconscious. Group, collective subconscious. This is the monsters of the id. How he shapeshifts is because everybody has a different monster in their subconscious. You must watch The Forbidden Planet to understand monsters of the id, and then go back and watch Pennywise and understand it's the collective subconscious, and we are manifesting frickin' Pennywise. That's why they are showing you the clowns everywhere. And he's an evil clown. Not the funny one. It's not funny anymore. And he's Bob Gray. He robs the mind. He's Pennywise. He uses your heart against you. They told us that in the Green Mile. In the Green Mile, when the guy was telling Tom Hanks about how he was trying to save the little girls, and he kept saying, I couldn't take it back. I couldn't take it back. And then he said this. He said, they know, and they use our love of each other against us. They use our love, our heart. They are Pennywise. They use our love of one another against us. The guy that took the little girls told them, if you say anything, I'm going to kill your sister. And he told the other one that I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt your sister. I'm going to hurt what you love. And that's how this game is played. Even in the mystery schools and in these fraternities, lodges, guilds, leagues, that's the way they operate. If you mess up, we're not coming for you. We're coming for what you love. We're Pennywise. Deadlights. And its color is orange. Its color is orange. That's patriarchal. It is a patriarchal subconscious. We've been in this patriarchal subconscious for a long time. We are coming into a time where we're going to move from that. We are no longer going to be in a patriarchal subconscious. And it's fighting for its life. Because when you open your third eye, which is going to happen to everyone in Aquarius at some point, to me it's going to happen to everyone on a spring equinox when the Sphinx, dead down the middle, looks the rising sun straight in the eye. When the rising sun on the spring equinox rises right between the two eyes of the lion, between Thalem's eyes. When Thalem sees Thalem, eye to eye, everybody's third eye opens. We all walk into the kingdom. Period. That's what it's set up for. They're already starting to release this information. I don't care about Robert Schoch. I don't care about West. I don't care about any of these Egyptologists, these archaeologists. I don't care about their reputations, their following, none of it. We have, believe it or not, a bunch of women archaeologists that are breaking this wide open. And they're out there and they have proved that exactly what the Sphinx is. And that, yes, it is supposed to look itself in the eye on the spring equinox. They're suppressing this information, but it's out there. There are women like New Earth who she's gone all over the world and has pieced all these megaliths together. And what conclusion did she come to? The same one I did. We're being lied to, we're being deceived, and you can know the truth of the matter. They're desperate to repaint history so that you are doomed to repeat it. And they're doing it using the collective subconscious. And they're using the millennials and the emo generation who are completely under their control to do it. They will sell out to anybody to get what they want. And that's to remain in power. What do you mean? Look, we've been under Jupiter and Mars for 10 ages. That's over 20,000 years. Way before the flood. It's over. They know it. Their time is up. I've already had the dreams. I've been having this freaking dream since I was a little girl of walking down this red carpet up to this pyramid and telling two dudes that look like jesters. I thought they were Mardi Gras. I didn't know about the Catholic Church. I didn't know about the Swiss Guard. To me, they were Mardi Gras jesters standing at a pyramid, and I was supposed to tell them, your time is finished. The new order is already here. The king is coming. People get upset when I tell you there's going to be Europe is going down and there's going to be a monarchy. You don't understand. European systems are going down, and the monarchy systems of Europe are done. The Middle East and Europe is done. That's the OK symbol. The OK symbol is we're done with Europe. We're done with the battle of water and fire. It's over. That's the OK symbol. We're done with the battle of water and fire, and you get the three-eyed raven. Okay? Do you see why they want to stop it? The three-eyed raven, you are now in touch with your subconscious. You now have the correct symbolism. You can no longer be influenced. Stop buying their products with logos on it. They're making you sick when you put them on your body. Start wearing colors of power. No matter what they tell you. You know, there's nothing wrong with these colors if you use them in their right context. It's the perversion of them. It's doing them counterclockwise, throwing that symbol on top of them that makes them swirl the wrong way. That's the problem. There's nothing wrong with Jupiter and Mars if used in the right context. But they're using it to subvert, pervert. That's what we have to get on top of here. That's what, really, that's the information that everybody needs on this planet, is the color wheel and the symbolism of alchemy. And then they won't buy into this shit anymore. And it's okay. If you're born in Jupiter as your ruling planet, then that's the color you should be wearing. But if you want to bring in heaven on earth, you need red and black. Because that's their colors. And they've demonized those colors. They've made you afraid of them. They've demonized the black man because he represents earth. And as they destroy the earth, they're destroying the black man. As they destroy the black man, they're destroying the earth. Same with red. They slaughtered the red man. The biggest, talk about a Holocaust. If the Jews lost 60 million, the red man lost 160 million. From North and South America, it's countless. The blood flowed to the frickin' horse's bridle. Yet everything on TV is man against woman, black against white. That's the narrative they're pushing. Hate the white man, give the black man America. I'm sorry, it belongs to the red man, and guess what? They're sitting, they're saying nothing. They have reservations. They're VIPs. They RSVP'd. They've got reservations. And they're waiting, and they're saying nothing in this battle. Because they already know. They've already told everyone the prophecies. The blacks and the whites are going to destroy each other. And they're going to use the brown man, which is the mixed man, to do it. The reason we shouldn't breed outside of our ancestry is because now you bring in different gods, and some of those gods are opposed to each other. That's why I've done so many charts where you have this battle of fire and ice going on within you. So many. And it's all this Jupiterian Mars, these lower chakra battles. But you know what? Anyone, whosoever, anyone can overcome. You can, again, when I say we're going under a monarchy system, that's because you become the king. You get your crown chakra and you're the king of your domain. Nobody is ruled over by another king. We are told we will all be kings. That is the fixed cross. And priests, that is the cardinal cross. We will all be kings and priests. You will all be Aquarius and Capricorn. You will all be Gemini and Taurus. You will all be Libra and Virgo. You will all be heaven on earth. But right now, we're between. We are between. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. But we're fixing to get out of this. And we're going to do it the same way they're doing it. And that's using the collective subconscious. If we don't get it in 2020, we're not going to have another chance until 2040. But in my understanding, we have the upper hand. Why? How do we have the upper hand? Because the player that they're backing, Jupiter, they're backing Jupiter and Mars. That's all they're perverting all Saturn and Venus, and they're backing all Jupiter and Mars symbols, which are Aries and Pisces, the battle of fire and ice. That's the one they're telling everybody is good. Everybody loved the Game of Thrones, fire and ice, Jupiter and Mars, lower chakras, sex and war. And that's where they want to keep you. They don't want you to go to heaven on earth. But we can win this, and we're going to, because in that conjunction, I don't care if it's tropical astrology, alchemical astrology, or sidereal astrology, all three of them, it happens in Capricorn. And Jupiter is debilitated. He don't have a chance in his own hell of winning this. He's down for 20 years. Then we can speak real truth. I feel so sorry for this generation that's out there screaming, carrying that rainbow flag. You have no idea. You have been backed by a corporate monster. And when the next generation comes along, they'll start pandering to them, and then you become the bad rainbow man instead of orange man bad. That's the only damn thing they got right, is orange man is bad, because it's a man of war. Jupiter and Mars. Yellow and red. Yellow and red is the Tibetan patriarch. Black and white is the Vatican matriarch. That's what's ruling this planet. Now, the Vatican, that's supposed to be black and white, is ruled over by the red-head cardinals. Patriarch. Don't hate the Vatican. Hate the patriarch that took it over. In a feminine age. That's why it's all been illusion and delusion. That's why it's all homosexual. It's because they perverted the whole damn age. Well, all that's coming to an end, because in the next age, the last thing you're going to be able to scream is, I'm gay, I'm black, I'm white, I'm a woman, I'm a man, because none of that's going to matter. The only thing that's going to matter is your third eye open? Do you have your crown? Can you see? Let me tell you about the kingdom from the red words. The kingdom of heaven is likened unto 10 virgins who went out to meet the bridegroom, but only 5 of them had oil. They had to go to the merchants and buy, go to Mercury and buy some. Because you have no oil. You didn't open your third eye. You've got the lamp. You just didn't open it. You ain't got no oil in it because you've been running around throwing it out sexually. You've been in the lower chakras giving your oil away. So now you have to drink the piss from your lower well, urine, because you don't have the milk and honey from the upper well. The man meets the woman at the well. If you would have listened to that story, she's drinking from Jacob's well. She's drinking urine. But he has a well that if you asked him for water, you would never thirst again. You don't want water, you just want out. Water traps us here. Water is Jupiter and Mars, and the moon. As fire is Jupiter, Mars, and the sun. I caught a thing on, somebody has sent me a link on the Trump visit to the UK and the Queen's crown. What was the symbolism of that? Well, I noticed right off the bat, she didn't have on her gold crown. They took it from her. It's silver. She's finally standing in her right authority. Feminine moon water. Finally. That's why she had to get rid of Diana. You know, there couldn't be two. There couldn't be two silver queens. And that's funny. One of the symbols for Saturn is corn. It's corn. It's another symbol for the pineal gland, but it's corn. And in the South, I love corn. I grew up in cornfields. And we had what they call mule corn. We fed it to the cattle. But it was so good, we loved it better than the yellow corn. It's a white corn. And it's not sweet. There's no sugar in it. It's called mule corn because there's absolutely no sugar in it. So when you cook it, it's delicious. We would eat what we call fried corn. We had no problem going in those cornfields and ripping out as much of that corn as we could before it was all chopped down for the cattle. To us, it was the best corn. Not the kind you bought in the stores. The yellow corn is nasty. It's sweet. It's like eating sugar. But mule corn is not. They call it field corn or mule corn. So what they did was they hybridized the mule corn with the yellow corn, and they come up with a sweet white corn, and they call it Silver Queen. And then they made one that had a bigger kernel, and they called it's white, and they called it Silver King. They're inverting the feminine and the masculine. And they're doing it through the collective subconscious. I want to read this. It apparently originated in a void containing and surrounding the universe. Everything is within the universe. This is the collective subconscious. It's not aware of itself. It's not awake. It is that reptilian subconscious mind within us, all living things. It is that flight or fight response. A place referred to in the novel as the macroverse, a concept similar to the later established Todash darkness of the Dark Tower. I'm telling you, it's the collective subconscious. At several points in the novel, it claims its true name is the Robber of the Mind, and is named It by the group of children who later confronted it. They confront their inner demons. They're doing their shadow work. Throughout the book, it's generally referred to as male. However, late in the book, the children become to believe it as female due to its manifestation as a large female spider. It has tentacles in every direction. In addition, upon seeing its true form, Audra Denborough thinks, "Oh dear Jesus, it's female." Despite this, it's not. It's not. You're having to understand the difference of masculine symbols and feminine symbols. If it was feminine, then it could reproduce. It's one, it can't reproduce. Despite this, the true form of it's never truly known. That's because it manifests different in each of us. You see, Audra was a girl. So she's going to see it as the feminine. The final physical form it takes is that of an enormous spider, but this is the closest to the human mind can comprehend. Its actual form is not precisely what the children actually see. Instead, the natural form of it exists in an interdimensional realm referred to as the deadlights. Dream state, that's where it manifests in us, is in our dream state. That's where we begin talking with the collective subconscious and our subconscious. That's why you need to know the proper symbolism. Bill Denborough becomes dangerously close to seeing the deadlights, but successfully defeats it before this happens. The deadlights are never seen, and their true form outside the physical realm is never revealed, only described as writhing and destroying orange lights. Patriarchal. Coming face to face with the deadlight drives any living being instantly insane. A common Lovecraftian device. Lovecraft. The only known people to face the deadlights and survive are Bill's wife, Audra Phillips, and Beverly Marsh, although they are rendered catatonic by the experience. Its natural enemy is the space turtle. That's so funny. Air turtle. The great turtle is America. Or Marturine. There's a reference to Mars there. Mars is exalted. The turtle is Capricorn. Another ancient dweller of the King's macroverse, who eons ago created the known universe and possibly others. The turtle shows up again and again in King's series The Dark Tower. The book suggests that it, along with the turtle, are themselves creations of a separate, omnipotent creator referred to as the Other. Possibly God, who is said to have created the various universes where King's novels take place. The turtle and it are eternal enemies. They are eternal enemies. Creation versus consumption. It may, in fact, be a twiner or the actual one of the 6 greater demon elements mentioned by Maya in the Dark Tower. We know who the greater 6 are. Saturn being the 7th. We're living in their world. We're living in this crazy freaking world that is being manifested by the collective subconscious. And they use the media, the church, sports, logos, music. They use everything to draw you into the lower chakra symbolism. Turn off your TV. Stop listening to that damn radio. I stopped listening to the radio, even before the television, decades. It's been 2 decades. I couldn't take it anymore. It was driving me absolutely insane. I love music, don't get me wrong. The music soothes the savage beast, but at the frequency they're presenting it to us, and the perversion of the lyrics, and I know what it's doing. I know everything. There's 2 stories, backmasking. They don't have to backmask. It's built into the damn language. They don't sit down and figure out words to a song so that if it plays backwards it does this. That puts itself there naturally. It's like the generational gap. The generational gap is a natural event that happens every 20 years based on the Saturn-Jupiter conjunctions. And the corporate and the governments take advantage of this, and they pit one generation against the other. Just like they did in the 60s. They pitted them against the prior generation of war. World War I and World War II. They flip it, and then they make the previous generation the bad guy. So all these rainbow people running around, throwing milkshakes, spitting on people, get ready. Karma's a bitch. Your corporate backers are going to drop you like a hot fucking rock before the next generation screams. Because that's how they play. Suddenly, the good guys are the bad guys, and they've got all these powerful children hypnotized. Every one of their chakras are running backwards, and they think they're normal. I'm not sure what is normal in this place. Throughout the novel, some events are described through its point of view, through which it is described itself as superior being, with the turtle as someone close to his superiority, and humans are toys. That's how they think of us. They interact with this darkness. But you know what? The time is coming when there's going to be so much light in this place, darkness will have nowhere to hide. In the novel Dreamcatcher, when Mr. Gray tries to put a worm in Derry's water by using the standpipe, it is no longer there due to the 1985 flood. In its place is a memorial featuring a cast bronze Venus the Heart of 2 children and a plaque underneath dedicated to the victims of the 1985 flood and of it, the plaque being vandalized with graffiti reading, "Pennywise lives." And indeed it does. There's your collective subconscious. This is what they've done to it. They've perverted it. They've made it evil. It comes from the sewers, the lowest chakras of your mind, Jupiter and Mars. It's bloodthirsty. It requires a sacrifice, Mars in Aries. You need to understand the symbolism of all this. These are your monsters of the id. This is what you will manifest in 2020 if you do not get your symbolism correct. If you do not get those logos off your body and out of your house. If you do not get your conscious mind in alignment with your subconscious mind. Now, let me pause this. I want to roll this back. We had 2 generations. We had 2 generations that were born that had Pluto, which is our subconscious. The baby boomers were born with Pluto and Uranus both in Leo. The subconscious mind and the conscious mind were in alignment. You also had the next generation of 1968. You people are so dead on. You people born with Pluto in Virgo. You're the generation. You're it. You are the collective subconscious that will manifest in the next Earth sign. You're it. It is your collective subconscious, not the emo generation, not the millennials. You. They're bypassing you. You don't have a seat in Congress. They went right over you. They went from the baby boomers right to the emos and the millennials. You have no seat. You have no voice. You have it, though, because that's the generation that manifests here. If the generation of Pluto and Leo will stand up right now, do your shadow work, face your demons, go kill that clown, then in 2020 we can definitely manifest heaven on earth. But if you've got demons, Pennywise is coming back. Manifest the turtle. Manifest the turtle. Go to the pet shop. Get you a turtle. I have a cute turtle story. It's very appropriate for right now. When I lived on the reservation, I would go drop my kid off at school, and then I would go to my job. And I took care of another baby. And on my way, this big tortoise was in the middle of the road. He was the good size of a pie, pretty big, about the size of a plate. And I went to move him out of the road, and I noticed his shell was cracked. He had been hit. So I put him in the car. I couldn't just let him go. I needed to take care of him. So I took him to work with me. The lady I worked for fell in love with the turtle, gave it a box out in the garage, and wanted to keep it for her children. She had children. They would take care of the turtle. So I gave her the turtle. The next day we went over there and nobody can find the turtle. It's gone. The kids are just hysterical. Their turtle is gone. I said, well, it couldn't have got that far. You've got a fenced-in yard. He's a damaged turtle. And then I got to looking, and the chickens had come up in the garage. And one of them was in the box. And this big chicken was actually sitting on top of the turtle, trying to hatch it. And every time the turtle would stick his head out of its shell, the chicken would poke it like a snake and make it get back in. She wouldn't let the turtle come out. We had a bird on a turtle. A bird is an air sign. The feathers were on the turtle. And it kept telling it, it's not time yet, get back in. The bird was trying to hatch the turtle. So, you people that are born with Pluto in Virgo, and you're either Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, and you have Pluto in Virgo with Uranus, it is your time to hatch the turtle. And don't be a chicken, be the brave chicken. Do you know how much it took for that chicken to sit up on top of a turtle? Chickens are terrified of snakes, and a turtle head looks like a snake. It kept attacking it when it tried to come out, like it was bad. It's symbolism. Don't look at the story of the chicken on the turtle. Look at it in symbolism, at what the universe is constantly talking to us. It was telling me 20 years ago about the chicken and the turtle. About the same time, Pennywise was all over the television. Oh my. Be the turtle. Be the kindness. Be the love. Be heaven and on earth. Get your symbolism straight. Get your subconscious mind, Pluto, in a line with your conscious mind, Uranus. We have one generation that's already there. If you haven't been perverted, you were born this way. But very few. Baby boomers were so close. But this generation right here, if you're born like between 1965, 66 through 70, oh wow, y'all are so freaking powerful, you don't even know it. It's your generation. It's your time to manifest. You are it. Now go do it. Take back what's yours. Kill the clown. Hatch the turtle. And let's all move this nightmare we're in to heaven on earth. It's in your corner, Pluto and Virgo. It's your game. It's your time. It's your generation. It is the time of your visitation. What are you going to do with it? Take up your cross and follow the Lamb wherever he goes.